mind is the fact that their hormones go on a 28-day cycle.
It always warms my heart when I see that men are slowly becoming more aware of the intricacies of being a woman. And in this original video, it was talking about how women have 28-day cycles of hormone fluctuations, as opposed to men who have a 24-hour cycle for their hormone fluctuations. And I would like to add to this conversation that it is really interesting when you look into medications and basically med interactions with men versus women, because as women, depending on what part of the cycle that you are in, your medication may not be working as well, or you may just be feeling a little bit off because of the certain cycle part that you are in during that month. I actually had a couple of friends that went on ADHD medication last year, and I remember a few months into it, both of them were actually, I said both, but I think there was like three of them. Anyways, we were all in a group chat and they were asking each other about if they felt the medication was not working as well around the time of their period. And this was actually brought up by one of their doctors, basically saying that the medication is not going to be as efficient or basically as effective around the time of their periods, and it may also actually fluctuate throughout the month as well, depending on what stage of the cycle that they were actually in. And I remember how frustrating this was for everyone involved, and basically just thinking, okay, you have your medications at a good dose now, you think you know that this is the amount that you should take, especially if you are taking long-acting as well as short-acting ADHD medications, but then it changes and fluctuates depending on what time of the month that you are taking it in. And I remember my friend's doctor also telling her that the clinical trials that are done for a lot of the medications don't really take into account women and their hormone fluctuations. So if that medical trial is mostly men and the results come out, then it may not actually be that relevant to how it works on women because it was mostly done on men. Or if they didn't take into account the fluctuations throughout the month for women, then again, it may not be that relevant, the information that they did for women who are taking that medication. But yeah, just a little food for thought, just in case you are starting new medication or taking a medication that you feel like is working well sometimes, but not others. Could definitely be because of the part of the cycle that you are in during the month and because of our lovely hormone fluctuations that occur over the 28-day cycle rather than a 24-hour cycle for men, which we can definitely argue is much easier to deal with and to track if you're only dealing with a 24-hour timeline versus a 28-day fluctuation.